3 losing lanes and a ganking jungle like Elise, this is going to have to be Ambition having a day out or some massive teleport plays from Cuvée.
I never considered it the winning lane because he exposes himself far too much if he just AFK pushes. Combination, it prevents early Qs, so you have slightly more time to flash it. So if Double Lift eats a point blank combo,
it's back to Wraith, it's back to these specific window comps. They play super, these wards are more for taking a camp rather than actually contesting the lane as the flares come out in the mid lane.
Along with Ruler.
And this is what's going to happen. The Q into poke is really great start here, and they give up the control. The thing is, Ruler is so happy that he's level 2 right now. Will push faster forward because it's uninfluenced from the start, and it's actually much more comfortable to farm. So we can start looking at mid lane instead.
Good little trade there from Crown actually, but Bjergsen playing up and aggressive. You saw Faker demolish Bjergsen in the mid lane. Sorry, Jensen in the mid lane as Ruler eats another bit of poke.
Yeah, the classic, you know, Q big information because Cuvée, because he saw them bot, could push really hard on top because he knew he was alone. And now Ambition, instead of going for the dive, he's actually going for Svensken right here. Svensken jukes out because he knew he was close. Really good read.
Still taking damage, but he's actually going to come back in. Cuvé's under the turret, but he's actually just out of range, and Sven
the minions
might even look back in for him. Minions doing damage.
Coming first.
Svenskeren getting do it again. Right to the Q. Wall ups over. They've got Cuvée. First blood. TSM starts him over the wall. Ambition repels down to his death. Also with the second kill.
Oh, so many smart micro elements in that play. It all starts with the ward being on a very high cooldown, so you can see when it was placed. Svensken knew the ward was so recently, but because he's getting pushed in, he really likes a higher spell damage Q.
All in? Yeah. Ulti does go in for a crowd, dead! Bjergsen with a perfect calculation.
Really nice solo kill from Bjergsen. This is going exactly to plan for TSM.
Here, they just have so much pressure in the lanes. Answer.
Yeah, Bjergsen's
looking to be fast himself.
Looking for the stun, does get the first one. Bjergsen chains it in. Cuvée now going to be the target. He's overheated, and Bjergsen grabs another.
And again, Bjergsen suddenly is tough because guess what?
He distance fast, and Svenskeren's entering another lane, and it's Crown now.
Oh, good stuff for Bjergsen. Flash kick, ulti all in, and Sven gets the next one.
It's like seeing Faker all over again. Just a long distance QE into the follow-up. Top lane by Svenskeren. It's a little thing. Being safe in your approach to brushes can change the entire game because I got them 2 kills. Got Bjergsen ahead. Now Sven's in a little bit of trouble here because there's still some teleports
available. In. Good combo in there. Sven is going to go down. No Bifrost might have saved him. Safeguards the safety. Might be an uphill double lift. Takes out Wraith on the other end. He's getting chased by Cuvée, but Bifrost will pay the price as Ruler gets the trade.
Just the first kill on the board for Samsung. Much else to speak of. Not going to be able to take down Double Lift either. Teleport invested. Honsa holds on to his. So the big lead for TSM, and they haven't taken the foot off the accelerator.
Crown just can't move off this at all. In fact, they're going to go for a dive. Ambition forced to repel out of the way, but they might still go for a good pull from Wraith. Might be enough to defend, and Double is firing shots into the enemy team. Wraith takes a lot of damage, but Bjergsen all-ins onto Ruler and chunks him down to flash forward. Really wants to kill, and he does get it. Honsa came down as well. TSM all-inning for the bottom turret. Not done actually. Bjergsen going to juke out the ulti as Crown barely shorts the chain of corruption, but I don't quite know how they get out of this one. Let's find out. Crown going to get knocked up here. Sven kicks him into Bifrost. Honsa's here as well, and he flushes the wall, but Double Lift swoops in to clean him up as Honsa gets credit.
That was a dirty play. When you're winning this hard, that you force the enemy Ezreal to take a page out of Trashy's book and ulti towards the fountain. TSM as well. They had 4,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. This
for people in this tournament, it feels like.
Yeah, we thought Varus was really good at holding his turret here.
Oh no, a flash kick in. Ambition! This gets annihilated, repels out of the way, and that was very well played.
Really nice mechanics. Repel, being able to creep vision towards Baron. It's been few and far between. Spawns in just a minute and a half. The aggressive vision that TSM have been able to put down.
Number 2 will now be picked up by them, and Samsung Galaxy, again, with no vision, will have to see the objective. And another mountain with that Zeal Atom coming up, and I think TSM now realize we need to sweep this vision.
They don't even need to sweep it because time is the best sweeper. This is the problem. If they sweep right now, they don't find any wards, and they're really going to start doubting themselves. Like, are these guys playing with like 6th sense? But they're starting Baron right now.
Here's the panic from Samsung. Cuvée. Crown actually eats the damage. Proto belts on his face, and dies now flushes towards Cuvée for the stun. The zone use is good, but I don't think it's going to save him, and Honsa grabs the double.
That also works. Just start the Baron, guys. Bait him in, lure him in, and then just...
Going to be able to finish out the game. Only 10 seconds for Crown. It's actually only 28 minutes into the game. It feels like a longer one.
As they will now take 7-2 turrets. Again, so far ahead, but the game isn't over. Samsung Galaxy certainly doing something right. As Ambition maybe caught, repels out of the way, goes back down to Sense going to get kicked back in, stun up for the concussive blows, and Bjergsen blows him up before the Brawl will come out. And now Haunter's going into the back line. Wraith getting tied up in the front, forced to flash out. Juve practically dead as TSM surge forward for a couple kills.
TSM, and now the Baron is free.
Yeah, they're basically afraid was actually allowed to be first place in this group. Top 2, there are people that think that RNG and Samsung will make it out and TSM won't.
Ooh, Wraith actually maybe catching onto Bio, but TSM a little too far ahead. Tower's already broken. Sven trying to kick one in, but Bjergsen just blows up Ruler. Gonna get kicked back in. His ambition as Sven dives in onto him, and it's just carnage in the Samsung Galaxy Nexus phase.
Yeah, people getting smashed right now with this Baron buff. They just put the battering ram in front of the base and just going in.
Let's up, boys.
Well, it's maybe about time for the Nexus start's going to start to get broken. Juve, barely any health to play with. His ambition getting dove on as well. TSM going to complete the ace here. His ambition goes down to Haunter. A double kill for the Canada, seal the deal. And TSM going to win their first game at Worlds.
As up, like I said, TSM should be very proud. Excellent controlled display against a Samsung team that, of course, picked up a victory yesterday. And this is the TSM that people were talking about in scrims.
Yeah, because the game stalled out, we honestly didn't pay enough respect into the skirmishes. And for me, Svenskeren is still the MVP for that blind face check, dodge into the brush, you know, juking once, getting the cocoon out, and then Hanser and Svenskeren tag team with Bjergsen to get that 2-0 kill lead, and that's when they start snowballing.
And despite the fact that you remember Svenskeren dodging around lanes, getting a lot of ganks off, the most kill participation is actually Bjergsen. 14 out of 18. The cheers of the crowd here lets you know the hometown team, they're back in this tournament.
And that's the thing, TSM definitely